Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. If you remember last week's video, I was given this Samsung Chromebook free of charge and I plan to use it to create YouTube content on the go. Now with that said, we did cover some of the limitations of this particular device and I said I was going to have to add some accessories to it in order to get the best out of it. So join me in this video when I'll show you 8 different items which I think will transform this little laptop into something which is pretty much like an office on the go, and we can use it for travel videos. One of the first things I purchased when I got the Chromebook was something to keep it in. I picked up this, it's by Trust, little soft case. Now I suppose you could go for a traditional laptop bag, however I envisage that I'll be using this case and the laptop to go inside one of my camera bags or travel bags, so I didn't really need another full-on bag, and for about 10 to 12 pounds something like this is ideal to keep your Chromebook safe. So the Samsung Chromebook 4 comes with a mere 32 gigabytes of hard drive space. However, it does come with a card slot for a micro SD card, so you might as well add one and then increase the storage capacity of your device. It makes sense. Micro SD cards are fairly cheap. I picked up a Cloxier 64 gigabyte micro SD card for around about £7. It writes up to 100 megabytes per second, so it's quick enough for this little Chromebook. I do have faster cards for digital cameras and things like that, but that's quite unnecessary really with the Chromebook. And it'll 64 gigabytes is basically 200% more storage space than it had originally, so definitely worth considering. So the next item we're going to talk about is a solid state hard drive. This is one I picked up for about £30. It's not a huge capacity one, you can go up to a couple of terabytes. This one is 240 gigabytes, which is large enough I think for what I need it for. And if you actually see the device, it is a really small little solid state drive, which is really handy for when you're traveling, you're doing something big and bulky, and certainly they are more reliable than some of the regular drives with an optical disc in, which can jump, and you've got issues with that. This is pretty robust and such a small size, fit into your bag, your hand luggage. Another issue with the Chromebook is the fact that you have a limited amount of USB ports, and the Chromebook 4 is no exception, with a single port on the side of the machine. This is where the next item really helps out an awful lot, which is to pick up something like this, which is a USB hub. This one, really inexpensive. I think it cost again around about £7 from the local supermarket. It gives you 4 ports. You can buy more expensive ones which go up to 7 or 8 ports, and yeah, plug and play, stick that in the side of your Chromebook and add up to as many accessories as your drive will allow. So my next accessory is a USB mouse. Whether you go for a mouse like this, which is an ergonomic one, or one of the more traditional ones, well, this one's a novelty one, but you know what I mean, a regular mouse will be great, because even though the trackpad on the Chromebook 4 is quite good, it still gets annoying if you want to do anything with any precision. So, but basically, whatever mouse you buy, it really will help speed up your workflow. Another item which is really handy, especially if you're a content creator like myself, is to pick up a memory card reader. Now, as I've said before, the Chromebook 4 comes with a micro SD card. However, most of my digital cameras use a regular sized SD card, and that means if I want to get the images and video onto my Chromebook, then I'm going to have to use a card reader. They needn't be expensive. Again, this one, super cheap one, picked up from a local supermarket. Plug and play, they'll just work, you know what I mean? And again, not very expensive, so you can just keep one of these in your laptop bag or in your office for when you're out travelling. Take it with you, stick it in your camera bag, stick it in your hand luggage, and it's a handy accessory to take away with you if you are, like me, going to be using your Chromebook on the go. So the next two accessories aren't actually essential, but they are nice to have. And the first one of those is a webcam. Now, although the Chromebook 4 comes with a webcam, it is only 720p, and you may want to be using a better webcam for some HD footage for YouTube or for streaming, whatever. And they are still affordable. You can pick up a webcam for next to nothing. This one is the Orki webcam, quite a popular model, very cheap to buy, has fairly good mics, does 1080p footage at 30 frames per second, and it's a plug and play device, works with a Chromebook, works with PCs. You could transfer it to any particular computer you had, and yeah, I think this cost me about £14 online. It has a good reputation as a streaming webcam for gamers, for doing sort of picture-in-picture type stuff, and yeah, worthy addition, I think, to a Chromebook. I do have a couple of issues with it in that it is quite fickle. When you connect it to your Chromebook, if you don't attach this one first before you attach your microphone, then it sometimes decides not to be recognised and you can't switch off from the standard 720p webcam. However, plug this one in first and yeah, Bob's your uncle. You're off and running with a webcam. It is quite an attractive little unit. You can see there, you've got the little clip there, clips on the top of your screen. You just adjust it there. You can adjust it to turn it. It's kind of like a ball joint. Also comes with a thread for a tripod, so you can use it at a different angle if you were using two cameras, and use this as a subsidiary camera to pick up some additional footage. So yeah, handy little device, and well, for 14 quid, post it to your door, can't really complain, can you? So the last item I'm going to talk about is adding something like an external microphone to your Chromebook, and the reason for that is you may want slightly better audio, particularly if you're working in a studio, in a room, if you're either doing gaming or you're doing other video where you want to do a voiceover, that type of thing. And I picked up this microphone here, which is amp the gain microphone. I think it costs about £40 now. I think I paid about 35 for it a while back, and it is a substantial device, quite a sizable microphone there. It is handy. You do get a good sound quality out of it. That one is possibly a little bit large to be taken away on holiday for a travel vlog, that type of thing. However, I would certainly use that for voiceovers in the studio. So if you are doing a YouTube channel where you're going to be working inside a room like this, or inside your office, whatever, and you want to just be able to speak straight into the recording, if you're doing some screen recording or something like that, and you just want to improve the quality of the audio over the top of what you would normally get with the Chromebook, then something like that is ideal. So those are my top 8 picks for items to improve your Chromebook. In the next video, we're going to be looking at some of the software. I have found a video editing package which I think works really well even with a basic Chromebook like this, and I'm still on the lookout for a really good photo editing package. I have had a few tries with a few different options. Most of them seem to want to work on mobile devices better than they will work with the Chromebook, and the big things like Photoshop and Lightroom don't want to work with this little Chromebook because it is not a quad-core processor. So join me in the next video when I'll have probably pulled out what's left of my hair as I search for a photo editing package, and also I will show you the video editing package that I'm currently using with my Chromebook 4. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.